What up, man? I'm DD, and this is DD Got a Point, one of the newest yet fastest growing YouTube channels on the platform. The goal is to be up 10,000 subscribers by next month, 50,000 subscribers by the summertime, and 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Yes, you heard me correctly. It is a reality, but it is only a reality if you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're rocking with the video. Thank you all so much for your help. Now let's get into the video. I don't know why I feel like I'm the last person to find this out, but I did not know that Shaq was this jealous of the Joker. Did you all know that? Like, this man is literally jealous of the Joker. And not only that, we love Shaq, but Shaq says some of the dumbest, boneheaded, airheaded things on television sometimes, bro. And it's cringe. It's just cringe. I want you all to take a listen to this clip and how Shaq just doesn't make sense. Time after time after time again.
And this is his scout. He says it after we played him. He goes, I've watched their last 5 to 7 games, and they never put as they do against us. It's easy to say, we got to do something different. Well, we also just have to play a hell of a lot harder. They've approached games like it's a rivalry, and I think we've approached these games like it's another game sometimes. I don't care who you're playing.
So the Nuggets are currently, as I record this video in this very moment, the Nuggets are playing the Timberwolves, which, by the way, Joker has almost 20 points in the first quarter. But the Timberwolves literally just have the Nuggets number. They've literally won the last 5 games with a 21-point winning margin. So on average, they're beating the Nuggets by 21 points. They're dominating the Nuggets, man. And that's what Coach Malone is talking about. At some point, you probably got to kick in and you got to say something. You got to do something. Now, it helps the Nuggets that Naz Reid and Dante DiVincenzo will be suspended for tonight's game due to their altercation against the Pistons, which, by the way, Shaq said that there wasn't an altercation, but we'll get to that.
To beat you 5 times in a row. Sometimes your pride's got to kick in and not allow somebody to come in your house and continue to kick your ass.
So you two actions, when he said, to them it's a rivalry, to us it's another game, you made a face and you went, I love him. So why don't you go first? Why'd you like that?
I mean, the 5 times in a row, people always say, don't use, like, you got to figure out a way to beat this, because now Minnesota feels like they can beat you. Now, maybe we see it, what?
Go ahead.
No, finish. What?
Whatever. You know.
Vince Carter is so awkward. Like, I know, who am I? I'm just a little old me. Vince Carter, legendary, greatest dunker of all time. But this man is so awkward. He acts like he doesn't know how to talk basketball. He's nervous. Shaq didn't even say anything. He probably just made a facial expression. And Vince Carter was like, no, go ahead and finish. Shaq hasn't even started yet. What you mean finish? He's just awkward. I think this whole lineup is awkward. They're very awkward with each other.
Just the best big guy in the game. Him, well, not him, but his team.
No, he's not, bro. He's the best player in the game. Put some respect on this dude's name, Shaq. He's the best player in the game, man. He's not just the best big man. Why are you slighting him like that, dude? And you're gonna see that he did that intentionally. You'll see here in a sec.
I understand guys gonna be playing way above their heads. Minnesota's okay, but they're not that good. And Mike said it. When they play us, they play above their heads. Now, it just has to match that, but it's not a rivalry.
But we can't say, like, it's just, it's whatever.
Can they beat them in a 7-game series?
They already did Western Conference semifinals.
We're not talking about last year.
Okay, but
We're not
I'm
talking
saying
about last
they
year.
did last year. Actually, they blew them out in game.
And guess what? I had a Cybertruck last year, too, but they escalated IQ because of you.
Why did you love that, Mike Malone?
Shaq, I love it. Look, one of the greatest players of all time, Shaquille O'Neal, 100%. He is, I get it. We love Shaq. Shaq and the Fool. I talk like this. People love my mimicking the way that I talk. I'm Shaq. I shoot the ball. Look, we love Shaq. Shaq said some of the dumbest things sometimes, and he gets shut down and called out for it often. And it's funny because he tries to pivot and make up for it. He said the Minnesota Timberwolves are not that good of a team, which I would agree. I mean, I guess that's subjective. It depends on what you mean good. They beating the Nuggets, I'll tell you that. And he said, but can they beat them in a 7-game series? And everybody go, well, they beat them last year, and they literally blew them out in the elimination game. He goes, well, I'm not talking about last year. Well, what year are you talking about? If anything, the Nuggets have gotten worse as far as from a roster perspective from last year. So what are you talking about, bro?
Being season gets tough championship. It really does. Let's be honest. Game number 67 on a schedule of 82 games after you win a championship gets hard. You got a 3-time MVP on your roster. You got a young dude named Anthony Edwards that is trying to go at your head, talking junk in the Western Conference semis last year. Think about Minnesota and they've done this year. They've underachieved compared to where they were last year. they know that they're able to go in here. There's teams that you definitely feel like you have a step on, that you have, ability to beat them matchup-wise. And so you use that as a confidence. With Denver, I think they're playing the long game. I know Coach Michael Malone would like them to take this personal, but it really is hard to keep up a Jamal Murray who has played in an NBA Finals and a Jokic for about a regular matchup.
Right.
Yeah, but as a Denver Nuggets, as a team.
Yo, look at those numbers, bro. Nikola Jokic for the month of March averaged 30 points, 13 rebounds, and basically 9 assists. And by the way, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was just announced as the Western Conference Player of the Month. Congratulations to him. I'm not throwing no shade his way. But I want you to imagine the type of year Shai has to be having for a person averaging 30, 13, and 9 in 1 month to not even win the Western Conference Player of the Month. That's insane, bro.
To worry about one issue, I'm not really worried. That issue is they just got to match their energy. They match up with them well. Minnesota just once they map and match their energy, Minnesota have a chance.
All right, this is the current big man alliance, Nikola Jokic for Shaquille O'Neal. Can we show spread fast? Show Shaq this top 3 stat, Shaq. I've never seen something like this before. In fact, the NBA has. Jokic right now is top 3.
And this is where the Shaq hates kicks in, because they're about to start raving and ranting about Nikola Jokic. I want y'all to listen to when they ask Shaq what he thinks about this. Has he ever seen this before? His answer is about to be very short, sweet, to the point, and he's not going to have very much to say afterwards. He's going to answer the question and shut up. And then the other 2 co-hosts, Vince Carter, Candace Parker, are going to start ranting and raving about Nikola Jokic. Watch what Shaq does.
Rebounds, assists, and steals for the entire NBA. Do you ever see something like this?
No, I have not. Very impressive. Will Glenn is one of the greatest big men to ever play.
I don't think he'll go down as one of the best in general, just because
Exactly, bro. He keeps saying big man. Nah, he's really transcended that point. At this point, Jokic has transcended that. It's just giving props where it's due, right? The dude is having steals, assists. Your center is doing all of this. Okay.
If you're able to do this, like he's redefining how we
look at Shaq
to be able to be a point big. I mean, I don't know what you want to call him, but he's a point big. Like
He's everything.
Yeah.
He's a point big. I mean, he's a guy that he's changing the way you see the big man play the game in general. I mean, it is what it is. Like he can do everything. Like when's the last time you've seen a big in steals in top 5? But yet top 5 in rebounding, scoring, just could do it all.
The assists and steals parts of that are the craziest. Points and rebounds, we can see that. But
Shaq don't
assists
like
and
this.
steals.
Like I played with Marc Gasol, who was one of the bigs that you could play through that made plays. Arvydas Sabonis, a big who that made plays for others. And you're looking at Jokic take that position to another level, can shoot the 3.
So Shaq is making a face while Vince Carter is comparing Nikola Jokic to Marc Gasol. Yes, Nikola Jokic is essentially a better player as of now. But that's an incredible comparison. Marc Gasol and Pau Gasol, but especially Marc Gasol, an incredible passer. I believe he won Defensive Player of the Year one of the years. Marc Gasol is a very, very solid player. Could shoot the 3 ball, could shoot the 2 ball, had a post game. Marc Gasol is a very solid player. That comparison makes sense. Their style of play was similar. Yes, Nikola Jokic is on another level, but it makes sense. This is once again Shaq hating, throwing shade, bro, on national television. Hate to see it.
Defends well, does it all. Like he's taken the big man position, I think, to another level to where it's going to be hard for the next versatile big to match that because
He elevates the people around him. He elevates his teammates and makes them better, which I think is, instead of just demanding a double team, like he is able to manipulate the defense to make it easier for Jamal Murray,
starts
make it
to
easier
break
for Aaron Gordon.
Like he does it all.
2001 Shaq, 2025 happens.
Uh-oh.
Slavian chicken, wherever he's from.
Slovenian chicken?
Slovenian chicken.
Really?
You tear him up?
Yeah.
What's your stat line? What's his stat line into the night?
I'm
Serbia,
getting 40.
by the way.
I'm getting 40, and they're going to have to double me. And he probably going to pick and pop and take me all that, but he probably won't be.
And I agree. I agree up until this point. Shaq is literally the most dominant basketball player to ever touch a basketball court we've ever seen. He's like the most dominant freak of nature we've ever seen. They literally changed the game and changed the rules to be able to defend Shaq because one player, in some cases, 2 players wasn't even enough to stop him. So I 100% understand he's not lying there. And I don't think he's answering from a bitter perspective fully. But it's what he's about to say next where I'm like, okay, he's getting carried away. And I feel like this is where his jealousy for Jokic is showing.
If he shoot the three, I'm running right to the middle lane and a whole arena going to have 3 seconds. We'll see. And I'm going to hit way more twos than you hit T that.
I just don't think they would ever match.
I want to see it. I wish.
And
Gordon on him.
And I'm going to make his brothers want to fight me because the first.
You don't want them
you want
apples. You don't want his brothers coming at you. Come on, Twitter.
What you
Come at
mean,
me.
brothers?
No, his brothers.
And have you seen my brothers? Watch this.
See, this is what I'm saying, Shaq. So his response is, and Nikola Jokic's brothers are going to want to have to come after him and will have to held back from coming onto the court because he's going to throw elbows into Nikola Jokic's face and mouth. Oh my God, Shaq. Like, dude, why? I understand the game was rougher back then, but to openly say that, I don't know, bro. Like, this clip is sad to see because I think Shaq has become the old head that looks at the younger guys and look at them like, you can do what I do, or if I was younger, or if you played in my day, it's not necessary, bro. 2 great players can coexist at the same time. That's all I'm saying. But I think Shaq looks at all the accolades and all the skill sets that Nikola Jokic possesses, and he's jealous. Y'all up in the comment section and tell me y'all thoughts. Let me know what you all think. I'm Demetrius. I go by DD. That's all for this one. Till next time. Peace. Oh yeah, DD got a point.